Tonight on CTV News, we have a look at the Bernie Sanders rally on CSU's campus. Plus, we have a view on academic integrity.
Plus, we have weather, sports, and entertainment all starting now.
Good evening, and thanks for watching CTV News. I'm Willis Scott.
And I'm Emily Biffinger. Let's get started. With construction of the on-campus stadium underway, the project managers have been wary of trespassers on the active construction site. There have been several instances of trespassing, according to Daniel Lusbrock, the director of the stadium constructions management firm, Icon Venue Group. Icon Venue Group has reported several incidences of trespassing into the fenced-off construction site. The site has 24-hour private security and is patrolled by 3 security guards. Since the fence around the construction was put up in May last year, CSU PD has cited 15 people for trespassing on the new stadium site. 12 of these instances occurred in July and August of this year. Fred Haberich, the director of safety for faculty's management, said safety at the site is a main concern. He said he doesn't want students to be putting themselves at risk.
Senator Bernie Sanders visited CSU Monday afternoon. He encouraged students to vote in the upcoming election. 1,300 people attended Senator Bernie Sanders' rally in the CSU Laurie Student Center. Most of the attendees were student supporters.
He's just a great guy, in my opinion. He's an adorable old man.
I know he's supporting Hillary, which a lot of people I found out are like writing in Bernie. So I'm hoping that this will reach out to people and like tell them to actually vote for Hillary.
Many Sanders supporters dislike Republican candidate Donald Trump.
I personally would see a third-party vote as a waste. I'm not too educated in that area, but if you're not voting for the 2 main candidates, then that gives Trump an even bigger chance. And a Trump presidency, in my opinion, is a pretty dangerous thing.
When we're canvass, like we often find like Donald Trump door hangers, and we usually take them and we just burn them.
Nelson says students should exercise their democratic right to vote.
Given it, and I think we should take advantage of it, because this is a democracy and this is why we're here.
November 8th, Election Day, is a very, very important day. And we've got to do everything that we can to defeat Mr. Trump and elect Secretary Clinton. But, and here is what is very important, I hope all of you understand that politics and political engagement does not end on Election Day. That we need you the day after the election.
Graduate student Mackenzie Lancaster said his speech was geared toward college students. Sanders talked about climate change, college affordability, and universal health care.
Every student must sign the Colorado State University Honor Pledge upon enrolling, which states that you will not give, receive, or use any unauthorized assistance. Therefore, you will not cheat. There have been some startling statistics released lately that state that cheating is at an all-time high. So we took to the plaza to see what the students had to say. Time magazine has recently come out with a startling statistic. They interviewed grads from Harvard, Yale, and other Ivy League programs, and what they found out was that 82% of them admit to cheating in their undergrad years.
I'm a proctor at the chemistry department because I'm a grad student. We all have to do that, and as part of that, I have to catch people cheating, and I haven't seen anybody cheating yet because I've only done 2 tests so far. But it's part of we get training on how to catch people cheating, so it's kind of an interesting kind of a exercise, I guess. I kind of do it like a game. I actually try to catch people cheating, I guess. So I don't know, does that mean?
So one time I was in a chemistry class and we have like these little kits that we can use to like help us visualize whatever's happening, and someone had I looked over and I noticed someone was like looking at the inside of their kit and they had like written down the mechanisms for reactions on the inside. So I thought that was pretty unfair because I was struggling and I was pretty upset.
I have not, while I've been here at CSU, seen anybody cheat on anything, which is actually kind of nice and refreshing. I've seen it in the past, and I think the honor code is a very important thing, and it's very good for people to have that option to sign and just state that they're trying to do the right thing, they're trying to learn the right way and not take advantage of anybody else's work.
Yeah, I think that the honor code's not really a big deal to a lot of people. I see people cheat all the time because it's kind of about you need to pass this class to graduate, so that's kind of what's important to them. So
I have seen people cheat, and I think it is a little unnecessary. Like, studying is tough, but it's if you really want to work for a degree, you have to buckle down and work for it. Like, yeah, cheating is the easy way out, but it's not necessary.
If you would like to learn more about the CSU Honor Pledge and cheating, please visit tilt.colostate.edu.
This year's totals for both food and money donations for the annual Cans Around the Oval event have been released. Cans Around the Oval collected a little over 41,000 pounds of food and just over $57,000 for the Larimer County Food Bank. The collection commemorated the 30th year of the fundraiser. The drive has collected and donated about 330,250 pounds of food over the years. The food bank has served over 2.3 million meals with donations from the fundraiser. The cans are taken to the Larimer County Food Bank, where they're sorted and then immediately distributed to the community. All of the monetary donations pay for fresh produce and meal programs. Each dollar donated buys 5 pounds of food.
This semester, policies and guidelines regarding emotional support animals and service animals are being reiterated in the Colorado State University's campus community. One new policy addresses the issue of misinterpretation by individuals claiming to need assistance animals when they really do not. Additionally, CSU plans to introduce a more detailed policy for emotional support animals next semester. While the policy is anticipated to remain the same, the update will clarify confusion and better guide students on emotional support animals. CSU-specific policies regarding service animals and emotional support animals can be found in the Colorado State University Policy Library. Willis, what do you think about the new emotional support animal policy?
Well, I'm like anybody. I love to see dogs out on the plaza, but I understand it. I understand what they're trying to do to clarify the policy, and I think it is a good thing just to ensure that the people who really need those animals can have them accessible.
That's awesome. I completely agree, Willis.
Yeah. Well, coming up, we have the full weather forecast with Elizabeth Prossi.
And sports and entertainment.
Tune in to KCSU, your student-run radio station at Colorado State University. Live 24 hours a day, every day at 90.5 FM and KCSUFM.com. Live local new music now, and news, talk, and sports. KCSU, the radio voice of Colorado State, on the air since 1964.
You're watching CTV, produced by Colorado State University students, bringing you news, weather, sports, and entertainment from campus and beyond. CTV live Monday through Thursday at 7 p.m. on campus and Fort Collins on Channel 11. Repeats at midnight, 8 a.m., noon, and 2 p.m.
The Rocky Mountain Collegian is your student-run news and information platform. Pick up your paper on campus or around Fort Collins Monday through Thursday with special editions Fridays. And check out collegian.com anytime for all the latest updates. News, sports, entertainment, opinion, and more. The Rocky Mountain Collegian, serving Colorado State since 1891.
College Avenue has been your student magazine for the last 10 years. College Avenue prints once a month covering topics that are relevant to the CSU and Fort Collins community. We also print special editions like the graduation guides at the end of each semester, the best of CSU each fall, and the orientation guide each summer. Look for us on racks around campus, off campus, or online at collegian.com under the College Avenue tab.
What a gorgeous fall morning here at Fort Collins. I'm weather anchor Elizabeth Prossi. As you notice behind me, we have snow on the mountains. So the big question here in Fort Collins is, when are we going to see our first snowfall? Looking back over the last 6 years, 3 of the last 6 first snowfalls have occurred on November 11th, including 2014 and 2015. When will 2016 be? That is the biggest question. Now, the average date is November 3rd. So while it's October right now and we're seeing temperatures in the 40s, I decided to ask a few Rams what their predictions are for the first snowfall.
I'm going to say October 27th.
Halloween, October 31st.
Right after Halloween.
I'll say November 5th.
Second week of November.
And how much snow will we have?
Probably 1/4 of an inch.
Probably like an inch, I would say.
Like 2 inches maybe.
I hope it's not that much because I'm not ready for it.
2 inches.
It's an inch or two. It's kind of the usual, but I lived down in Denver before, so that's, I guess, what the expectation would be for me.
And Maddie, how are you going to enjoy this first snow?
Hot chocolate. I miss it. I'm ready.
Are you going to put marshmallows on your hot chocolate?
Of course. Is there any other way to have it?
I don't know. Maybe some whipped cream and sprinkles?
Maybe. I think that sounds about right.
Put on a nice wool hat, some mittens, down jacket, and go on a walk.
I'll probably be in my room, sweatpants, really warm. Maybe get some hot chocolate.
Are you gonna have marshmallows on your hot chocolate?
Yeah, of course.
I'm going to videotape my dog going out in the snow for the first time.
Are y'all gonna make snow angels?
Absolutely, and a snowman.
Sleep for several hours.
Stay at home because I'm not ready for it.
Are you gonna watch movies or just sleep?
Movie, just like be covering my blankets and like drink chocolate and coffee and stuff like that.
I'm excited.
Can't wait for winter.
I feel confident we'll see our first snowfall Wednesday, November 2nd here in Fort Collins, and I'm forecasting 2 inches of snow. I'll enjoy this first snow day with a cup of hot chocolate and some Christmas music. It may be too early to start talking about Christmas music, but it is not too early to start talking about snow here in Fort Collins, as the mountains are glistening with the powdery white stuff, even though we haven't seen any flurries yet here in the foothills. Now, Fort Collins has seen snow as early as September 12th, and as I mentioned, the average date is November 3rd, the last since 2004, and then we've seen snow as late as the middle of December, December 13th. So it'll be interesting to see when exactly we'll see those first flurries here in Fort Collins. Now currently, no snow here in the foothills. We're seeing temperatures at 52 degrees, mostly cloudy though. Winds coming out of the north, keeping us nice and cool this evening. And the story for Wednesday is going to be the winds. Now we're gonna have clouds to start out your morning. Winds around lunchtime are going to be around 20 miles per hour with those gusts near 30 miles per hour. Not quite the significant winds we had Monday, but still going to be significant if you're out biking or just out and about. Be aware of that wind. And we're going to have winds continue through the afternoon, 56 by 5 p.m. So a cool and windy fall Wednesday for you. The good news is by the weekend, it'll be gorgeous if you want to go out and take advantage of this beautiful weather here in Fort Collins and go for a hike. If you're a morning person, sunrise hike, we're going to have a few clouds, crisp morning for you. If you're more of an afternoon, evening person, a sunset hike is for you. Lovely 70 degrees by Saturday evening as the sun begins to set over Fort Collins. You can go out to Horsetooth Rock and really enjoy this fabulous fall weather, Rams, because as I mentioned, the average date of November 3rd is rapidly approaching for that first snow. Now stay tuned because we do have big news regarding Rams in the Mountain West Conference coming up right after this.
Hello Rams, I'm your Tuesday night sports anchor, Tim McCall. The CSU women's golf team was in action at the Greenville Regional Preview in Greenville, North Carolina on Monday. Unfortunately, the first round of the tournament did not play out how the Rams had hoped. CSU placed 15th out of 16 teams while shooting a 40 over 328 round. Freshman Katrina Prendergast led the Rams through the first round, posting a team best 8 over 80. Prendergast was followed by juniors Sarah Archuleta and Ellen Secor, who both carded 10 over 82 for the round. CSU sophomore Carolyn Reiners shot a 7 over 79 through the first round. However, since she is competing in the tournament as an individual, her good round did not help the Rams on the leaderboards. TCU currently sits atop the leaderboard with a 9 over 297, a mark that's 8 strokes better than Kansas State, who follows in second place. Monday's action was slated to go 2 rounds. However, play was suspended due to darkness before the second round could conclude. Second round action was rescheduled for today with a third and final round listed on the schedule for Wednesday. Be sure to check out the Collegian to see how the Rams fare in the remaining rounds in North Carolina. In CSU football news, The Big 12 expansion deal is no longer a viable option for the Rams, as the conference announced that they will not add any new teams. Looking ahead of that recent development, the Rams will attempt to bounce back from a hard-fought loss to Boise State with a strong performance this week. The Rams will travel to Nevada for a Saturday matchup against the UNLV Rebels. Coach Mike Bobo will start redshirt junior Nick Stevens at quarterback for the second straight week following the injury to starter Colin Hill. Stevens did not commit a turnover against Boise State and will look to duplicate that performance this week. The CSU offensive line will also look to build on their strong performance from last week, one that saw them only allow 1 sack. In addition to performing well in pass protection, the CSU offensive line also opened up wide holes for the running backs, something that the Rams have struggled to do on a consistent basis all season long. UNLV's defense has allowed a whopping 163 yards per game on the ground so far this season, and will be a weak point that the Rams look to attack. If CSU's linemen can open up the running lanes like they were able to do last week, running backs Daryl Dawkins and Izzy Matthews could both be in for big days. A win against the UNLV team that currently sits in second place in the Western Division within the Mountain West Conference could mark a turning point for this Rams team. Make sure to catch your Rams in action this Saturday at 3:30 on Root Sports to see if they can walk out of Las Vegas with a victory. CSU football is not the only team with a lot on the line this weekend. The CSU Division III ice hockey team also has a big matchup as they will take on their biggest rival this Saturday, the University of Northern Colorado Bears. I was able to attend a CSU hockey practice earlier this week to get the inside scoop on this big rivalry. One of Northern Colorado's biggest rivalries is set to take place in Fort Collins this Saturday. The CSU Division III men's hockey team will take on their biggest rival, the University of Northern Colorado. With only 30 miles separating the two schools, it's easy to see why this rivalry exists. However, there is so much more to this rivalry that makes it special. Earlier this week, I was able to attend a CSU hockey practice and talk to some of the players to see what makes this rivalry significant.
This game is huge. It's the marquee game on our season.
This rivalry, I think, just insanity is the best word to describe it. And it's all out craziness and it's all out war.
It's just the intensity between the two teams. You can tell that we just don't like each other when we're playing. It's physical, it's fun, it's fast, and it's just exciting to be there.
These two teams are very familiar with each other as they play 4 times each year. Saturday's game will be the first time these teams play each other this season, and the winner of the game will grab valuable momentum heading into the remaining 3 matchups that these teams have the rest of the year. Assistant coach Nick Church and senior defenseman Jed Howard told me why this rivalry is a must-see event.
It's one of those games that if you want to be entertained for 60-plus minutes, that you absolutely have to be there. It's hard-hitting, tight games that are really intense. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's loud. Fans get pretty rowdy, so if you're looking to have some fun watching a hockey game, this is a game to be at.
This is the most energetic game of the year. We really need all the support we can get, and the louder you are in the stands, the better we'll play on the ice. So the more people there, the better we'll do. So if you could come out and support, that'd be great. And like I said, it's the most fun game of the year.
The game will take place on Saturday night at 7:15 at the Edora Pool and Ice Center. Don't miss out on this opportunity to watch one of the biggest rivalries in the state of Colorado. I know that I can't wait for that big game, and I hope to see you there. Anyway, that's all we have for sports tonight, but next up, it's Nicole Hines with all the latest in entertainment.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft. To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you? You know you do. That's why we're here. We're free and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Picking a college, man. You and us. We go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos.
Go to GetSchooled.com.
Hi everyone.
everyone, I'm Nicole Hines and I'm here to brighten your day, with some dessert news that is. In case you did not know, today is National Chocolate Cupcake Day, and if you needed a reason to go and get a cupcake, that just makes me sad. If you are not prepared for today's holiday, a thriving local business here in Fort Collins is. Buttercream Cupcakery is making the community a little bit sweeter with its hundreds of flavors that vary from day to day. But today, it's time for some chocolate. Buttercream Cupcakery has 2 locations in Fort Collins and has been around since 2008, but just recently was passed on to the Montoya family.
We've been busting it out now on our own since,
May 2015?
Yeah.
When we officially closed.
The company even prides itself on making the best cupcakes they can.
But I just think that good quality ingredients, you know what I mean? Real butter, real cream, We don't take shortcuts here. We make our stuff every single morning.
We really pride ourselves on it made from scratch.
Every day.
We don't save cupcakes, gluten-free is about the extent just to offer throughout the week, and the price of the ingredients for gluten-free. But other than that, it's made daily. They're in here 4 o'clock every morning, baking off fresh cupcakes. Frostings are made daily.
Yeah.
Batters are made daily.
The family-owned business also makes sure to give back to their community.
We donate all of our extras every night to charity so that we bake a completely fresh batch every morning so that everybody gets a fresh product.
And credits them for their success.
We think the customers are great because we would not be here if it wasn't for the customers, and having the feedback that they give us and stuff, it's great.
Who knows, maybe in the future we will see them on Cupcake Wars. And remember, all the time is cupcake time.
That's very good.
If you have never tried a buttercream cupcake, today is a perfect day for it. What are you waiting for? And good news, their cupcakes are sold in all the coffee shops in the LSC, so go and get yourself one. You are not going to believe what happened on live TV yesterday. No, Kim did not get robbed again, and no, Ryan Lochte was not attacked on the dance floor again. Okay, here's a clue. 10 a.m., game show, Drew Carey. Still don't know? All right, I'll tell you. The Price is Right brightened up 3 lucky contestants' days. Catherine, Manfred, and Jess all got $1 on the giant spinning wheel, all in a row, one after another after another. This has never happened in all 45 seasons of the show. Each contestant got $1,000. The American dream is alive. Who would have thought that going on a game show would result in a hefty payout? Why did I have to be in class yesterday instead of California? I could have bought so many dogs, or pizza, or coffee. In other news, footage shot in Indonesia supposedly captured a Bigfoot on camera. This Bigfoot-like figure is seen walking under a waterfall, and some conspiracy theorists are believing this might be the real deal. Now the video is pretty shaky and the Bigfoot is not in focus. Why didn't anyone tell him it was time for his close-up? The Animal Planet show called Finding Bigfoot now has some new footage they should look into. But I mean, they have been looking for him for 6 years, and I found him within like 15 seconds. I don't know. It's up to you to decide if this is real or not. Well, it's officially happening. I don't know if people actually wanted it to, but it is. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm most definitely going to be in line at the movie theater, but most sequels don't live up to the first movies. It has been confirmed that there will be a second Notebook. Rachel McAdams and Ryan Gosling are going to be returning to the big screen as Noah and Allie. It is set to be right after the couple's wedding when they move to Greeley, Colorado for a while before returning to Seabrook. Since the film is set in Greeley, that's where they're going to film the movie. How exciting! A casting call for extras will take place later this year and filming will start next spring. Too bad I graduate in May. But if you are around, make sure to get out there and show those Hollywood stars all the creativity and talent Northern Colorado has to offer. That's all for entertainment. Thanks for watching CTV News this evening. Make sure to watch our Humans of CSU show tomorrow night. And for more news, sports, and entertainment, make sure to check in at collegian.com. Have a great night, Rams.